Okay, so after 2 weeks of not being able to do anything, we're finally able to get back in the mowers and actually mow some material. This is second cut, orchard, and let's see, orchard, K31, and reed canary. As you can see, it's quite thick and beautiful. We fertilize this with oh, I don't know. I'm not going to give away my secrets, I guess, because there are people that watch and wonder how we do the things we do, but it's no big deal. And I can guarantee you it's not just nitrogen that we put on here. We put a balanced blend with some added fun stuff in it, so that we get the highest quality material. This will be going into idiot bricks if all goes well, and if it isn't going into idiot bricks, it'll go into big blocks, and it'll be covered and put into where it needs to be, to an auction somewhere. So I'm going to throw you up on the front here. Okay, good morning. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a voiceover as we watch this incredible high-speed chase that you're witnessing right now. Now, I've never put the camera up on the front, and I don't think I've ever done a video like this before. It's kind of interesting to me to watch the sights and the sounds, and I would suggest if you have it on a small screen, put it on a large screen. It's more impressive. We can mow pretty quickly with these in tandem because we don't slow down as greatly on the corners. You know, it's more of a sweeping motion. I wish I had a third one. And later in the video, you will see that Mr. Timothy is actually mowing on the opposite side of the driveway here with a hydro swing, which he's out of commission now because he blew up the power takeoff shaft. But anyways, what we have here is second cut, orchard, Timothy, or no, orchard, Kentucky 31, and reed canary grass. It is the second cut. It is clean. There's no weeds in it. And I've fertilized this to produce the most that I could get out of it. Really, I mean, not too much. I only, with the blend that I put on, I really didn't put a lot on, but the weather has been really good for growing second cut, and it's gorgeous. We'll be making little bales out of probably just one or two of these fields. I need to come up with a few thousand small bales. They're worth between $8 and $10 a bale at this point with this quality of material. The big squares, what is left, will go into big squares and get tarped just like I would normally do, and then it's either going to go to auctions, or there's a company up here that will purchase it. And there goes Gonorrhea Construction. You know, that's what I call that guy. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's just us running after one another. We went for hours and hours and hours on end yesterday, about 10 hours, and maybe it was a little more than 10 hours, and we just chased one another across the fields. Now, this is really the first 10-day forecast that I can honestly say has potential to get some decent hay made. We are going to go out and mow again all day long today. Just mow, because we really need to knock a bunch down. And I've got property owners that are screaming at me to get this stuff off of here. But the problem is that we've had, in the last couple of weeks, somewhere around 10, 11, well, 11 to 14 inches of rain, depending on where you're at. So I know that here on this farm, we had about 10 inches. So let me rephrase that. Between 9 and 14 inches of rain. Over where I was making hay, about 12, 14 miles away, they had the 12 inches of rain and flooded fields, and there's logs and sticks and trees and branches, all kinds of crap out there. And yeah, it's really bad. So we had to kind of abandon that. Now we are going to be going up north. There's several hundred acres up north of here where they claim they only got 7 inches of rain. So 7 inches of rain is actually worse than 11 inches of rain, because 7 inches of rain means it started slower and ended slower, which meant that more soaked in. When you get 9 to 11 inches or 9 to 14 inches of rain, it comes down all at once, it runs off, and maybe an inch and a half of it soaks into the ground. And we were fortunate enough that even in the wettest areas of these farms, we just glided right over it. I was rather surprised. So we have to go and hit these properties and get them done, because if we don't get them done, they're not going to get done. The corn is turning quite rapidly. We're at about 25% moisture. I'm going to go pull a couple of ears and run it through the moisture tester and see where it's at there. Yeah, so I'm just kind of anxious to get the hay done, so that when corn is ready to rock and roll, I can just hit into the corn and just go. Now, Timothy's got problems with the one mower, so I may just have him mow today, and I will pull the combine out or something, because I have to get some parts together for the combine. Combine's got to run. If the combine ain't running, well, nobody's having a good harvest. So there's several parts that need to be purchased for that. But anyways, if you are interested in this material, if you're local or within a state away, New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, just give me a call. If I get this stuff made correctly and dry, it'll be in one form or another. Big bales, little bales, it'll be available. And I'm pretty sure that when you pull a forage test off of this stuff, you're going to be like, wow, that's really high quality. So anyway, there you go. Watch the rest of the video and enjoy. I don't know what I said yesterday, so this might be redundant. I have no idea. But maybe I should touch in on 9/11. Today is September 11th, 2021. Obviously, there goes Tim. Obviously, it is 20 years to the day that we had that terrorist attack on the Twin Towers and the Pentagon and that field in Schnecksville, Pennsylvania. 4 planes, and they claim that there were other planes that were going to be hijacked, but something happened and it didn't happen. Whether the towers were hit, I do remember that someone claimed that they saw 4 or 5 men running from an airplane, got off of an airplane, ran from the airplane across the tarmac and disappeared into the interior of our country. I have never been more nervous about an anniversary of this attack as I am right now. What happened in Afghanistan a few weeks ago, it has really disturbed me, and it should disturb a lot of people for many, many reasons. Reason one is that we left $85 billion with a B, not M, but with a B, $85 billion worth of heavy equipment, airplanes, helicopters, AC-130 gunships, Humvees, Ford trucks. Yay, Ford. Too bad they're in the hands of the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Ford trucks, and we armed the Taliban, which will sell most of the heavy top secret type of equipment like the AC-130 gunships and all that stuff. They're gonna sell that stuff. Black Hawk helicopters, little mini attack helicopters with Gatling guns, which, oh my God, could you just imagine this? So 20 years later, we have an inept idiot in the office. He is an inept old man. Should never be there. Yeah. It's amazing. It just amazes me. Never before have I felt like another attack was just imminent. It's coming. It's coming. Now, of course, in American arrogance, New York skyline has been rebuilt with a different type of a tower, and the mentality that the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and whoever else, ISIS, is out there is going to just ignore the fact that there's a tower out there. They knocked down 2 of them before, and they've had 20 years to plan and think about what they're going to do to us next, because they just don't give a damn. Their life is meaningless. They give it purpose by creating terror in the world. And we were never supposed to forget this. You know, December 7th, 1941 is a date that will live in infamy. Well, I always felt that the same statement held true for 9/11. You know, September 11th, 2001 was a date that would live in infamy. But so many people have just become just numb to the fact that people would want to do harm to innocent civilians and, you know, just the general public, or to tarnish the skyline of one of the greatest cities ever developed. Now, I'm not a fan of cities. I'm not in any way, but when I see those towers struck, I don't really feel for the towers themselves, even though my Uncle Joe Vinci was an electrician in those towers when they built them, and he was the rough electrician. So as the towers went up, he pulled electric up the tower so that the guys could continue to work and build the structures. He's long since dead now, and yeah, I remember when the towers went over, him and I believe it was my Uncle Clem were talking about how the towers, you know, were gone now, and all that work, and what a waste, and how sad it was for the world, because they were neat. I did get the opportunity when I was in 8th grade to actually eat in the windows of the World restaurant that was at the top. It was our 8th grade class trip, and I went to a school that was not local to my house because I was a bad boy. Just didn't really respect the teachers, and I see a lot of that in William, myself. You know, myself and William, when it comes to people that, you know, he's a lot like me. Unfortunately in that aspect, but fortunately, because later in life it will come to reap him great benefit and reward, wading through the bullshit of people. And that's true. I had a teacher that I absolutely hated, and I've spoke of her on this website, and I really dislike her. But I got to eat up there, and it was cool. It was a lot of fun, and we went to the observatory deck, and we looked out over the city where you could see 45 miles in every direction, and that will be missed. I don't want to go to the top of the Freedom Tower for the simple reason I like to live. Okay, so our window of opportunity is definitely coming to a close to make quality hay. This would be a really nice quality hay for any beef operation, beef or dairy, definitely dairy. There's a lot of protein in this. Yeah, so I got Cody's running there, Tim is running there, and there's the crazy Asian. She's just gonna come right on up in here. William's there. We're just knocking this stuff off as fast as we can because like I said, the window of opportunity. Now, we had about a ½ an inch of rain yesterday. The ground is a little bit damp, but not bad. Next year, this will all be dead. Everything you see is going to be corn, except for my wife. She won't be corn. She's my wife, but... You gonna climb in with us? Okay, so tell everybody how much you love us.
This much?
Just that's it? I don't know. So we got Mr. Tim going. There's Jack Search there. He's gonna come and talk to us probably.
Yeah. We can have chicken nuggets in that. Somebody got a skipper.
I did. I haven't hit it yet. He's gonna hit that, and then he's gonna go that way. We're gonna do the big field. We're gonna knock all this shit down. Everything you see, we're gonna knock it down, and then this fall, get that. My subordinates. And there's a door open on the back of the side of that thing's got to get cleaned up. All right. Okay, we'll just shut her on down. I'll get him in the right direction.
You're rolling.
I'm rolling. All right, so we're still mowing second cut. We've been at it now for about 8 hours. Yeah, we'll have a couple 300 acres on the ground before the end of today. Gonna make good hay. Gonna make quality hay. Hay. Make good hay for horses. Maybe. Depending on the weather. I mean, I don't care. It's probably gonna be put into big square bales and shipped off to beef and dairy. Maybe even horses out in Lancaster County. I'm probably not going to sell anything local because, you know, let's just face it, local people, they suck. When it comes to selling hay, they're more about ripping you off than they are being happy they got a quality product. Actually, they want a quality product, they just don't want to pay for it. So that's what I'm going to do. So all you hay buyers out there, there will be some good hay. I know people think I'm arrogant. I'm just joking around. I don't give a damn what you do with it. As long as I get my money, I don't care. There's a lot of money put out on this ground, and for the little bit that comes back to it, after all expenses, especially this year. You know, fertilizer price last year was like, I don't know, $380, $362 a ton for this stuff. We're looking at $700 a ton now. It went almost doubled from the time I bought this. Normally I would buy 3 or 4 semi-loads of fertilizer and fertilize several thousand acres again. And I kind of wish I did this year, but I didn't because I was tired of hemorrhaging money for a product that someone doesn't want to pay for. And that goes across all boards. I'm a little sour towards the hay business right now. Don't do that, Cody. Don't do that, Cody. I'm going to get this. You're going to turn around and get that. I got to fix this mess. I can't leave it like that. He's brother. What are you doing? So, anyway, yeah. Watch this, ladies and gentle germs.
What are you watching?
Well, I'm going to come in and take out his little hitch. See that? And I'm going to catch his ass. Beautiful hay, though. This is really nice.
This is very nice one.
Very, very nice. We're going to have good weather, so it's going to be... we're going to have good weather, so it's going to be a good quality product. That's all I can say. My uncle said there was a little bit of this stuff called bedding straw in it, but, oh, there's a little bit. But I'm not really worried about that little bit. It won't matter. There's a little bit of hemp dog bane here, and there's some more of that bedding straw. I personally just think that it's no big deal. I could have sprayed it with 2,4-D, and both the bedding straw and the hemp dog bane would have laughed at me. The best thing to do to hemp dog bane and bedding straw is to cut it before it goes to seed, which is what we have done on both accounts. And with fall fast approaching, it's going to, it'll be difficult for it to catch a hold again and take root and become a problem for next year. Which, you know, that's the name of the game, is weed control and this stuff. The other thing is, I'm pretty sure that this field here is going to be corn next year. That's what I want to do. I'm going to put corn in this, and then the whole entire farm will be corn. And I'm going to put corn up there one more year. That's going to happen. I may not. I'm thinking that if I can get the rye seed that I'm going to get, when I get that corn off of there, I'm just going to run over it with a disc a couple of times and spin on the rye seed. And then I'm going to cut that rye like with that machine right there. Groundhog holes in here. I'm going to cut it with that machine there because that's designed to swath grass, and it'll swath rye once it's ready to swath. And then I'll put a pickup header on the combine, and life will be good. It'll be good. We're going to run. We'll run rye through the combine as and then I'm going to no-till soybeans into that cornfield. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, 5 times the acreage. I just have to laugh about that because I was like, boy, did they go out there with a lawnmower and mow that grass, that hay? And then we saw the mower and the hay, and I thought, well, I guess that's what happens when you don't put fertilizer down. But whatever, fertilizer's too expensive, right?
Very expensive this year.
It is. Extraordinarily expensive. How did he catch us? Must have put the hammer down.
No, I don't know.
There's some red clover, see it?
Where?
Right there. That's red clover right there.
Oh.
I just cut it off.
Hey, Chop Suey.
Chop Suey.
That's his name now, Chop Suey.
Hey, Chop Suey.
Are you Chop Suey? Say hi.
Mommy doesn't even know what Chop Suey is.
A Chop Suey is a Philippine dish.
Hey, Chop Suey is a Philippine dish. Mommy wants to cook and eat you, William.
Chop Suey is a Filipino dish.
I like Chop Suey.
Yeah, it's a Filipino vegetable actually.
Yes, with a little bit of chicken in it.
You can put chicken, shrimp, beef, pork, whatever.
No shrimp. No, we don't want shrimp. Don't contaminate it. So this is where there was a fertilizer spreader problem, and you can tell it reflects. It definitely reflects right there. Well, we're going to go up to the terracotta house. We're going to cut that hemp dog bait off of there.